Hmm. What is that tattoo on your arm?
Sorry.
You have a tattoo on your right arm here.
Right. Oh, wheat.
Is that an actual weed plant?
Sorry. No, no,
Is
no,
that a
no, no.
that is a weed plant? But what do you mean? No, no, no. That's literally like a reggae weed plant.
Sorry.
The plant on your hand, that is a weed plant. Okay. I like the colors.
Yeah, that is a reason I why I have this. But the truth is, whenever like strangers see my tattoo, if they are Vietnamese people, they would react like, "Why you are a teacher and you shouldn't have a tattoo?" And if they are foreigners, they will ask me whether I smoke.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So which one is the correct answer?
No, I don't. Because I like the its colors, so I have this. That's all, and
You have
it doesn't have any meanings behind it.
well, let me see. Like you do realize, I mean, maybe you didn't, that you have a weed plant painted with the gay pride colors.
Mm-hmm.
So that is
That,
actually a very gay pride.
ah,
Yes, that is why some people think one and some people think the other, and no one is actually saying the main thing, which is, do you smoke and are you gay? That is literally what they want to ask you, because you have a weed plant with the gay colors, with the gay pride colors. It's just very unusual, but it's a
talking
good
about
tattoo.
gay. Mm-hmm. Talking about gay, I usually like tell to other like on my social media like if I like a man but he doesn't like me back, I wish he will gaze.
Wait. Did you say if you like a man and he doesn't
Mhm.
like you back, you wish that he
Mhm.
turns gay?
Yes, but but I know that that wish couldn't come true. But like about 2 months ago, my friend, my best friend, introduced me a man, and
Uh-huh.
he's gorgeous, he's handsome.
Ah,
Uh, but I realized that yeah, I try to flirt him. I try to text and talk to him a lot of time. But I realized that yeah, probably he's gay. So why he's not interested in talking to me, and I think about my wish about yeah I think about my wish, and I know that no, that wish could it can be true if
mm.
he is gay, uh literally at first, yeah.
One of the reasons I'm laughing is because I say the opposite thing in a sense, which is some guys, we see a girl
Mm-hmm.
that is so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful that rather than go and try and chat to her or flirt with her, we automatically assume that she's gay because she's out of our level. So it's like, oh my goodness, yeah, she's so pretty, she must be gay. Yeah, she must be, we give her. So I had a friend that did this once, and he saw a girl, it's like, oh my god, yeah, that girl, yeah, she must be gay. And I was like, why? And so I walked up to her and I was like, excuse me, I just want to find, are you gay? I mean, I can talk to anyone. So I just walked up and I asked her. And she was like, no, why would you think that? I was like, no, just want to let my friend know because, it was something that made me laugh because I have people that do that a lot. Like someone is so pretty, you have to give yourself an excuse not to talk to them. So the best excuse for men is, you're gay. She's gay. She doesn't like men.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't flirt with her. And I can- but you do the same thing as a girl. It's quite interesting because sometimes you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I have a very good gaydar. I can call it. It's like a radar, but you can figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
But I can figure out like who is a lot of the times, and a lot of the times people tend to think I am, just
Mm-hmm.
because of how. It's
Like
like,
last month, I hung out with my friends and the guy that I told you earlier.
yeah,
And I imagined that we would have a like couple dates. Yeah, but and now I realize that in in that table when I sat with my friends and him, I am the only one who is straight.
straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that date was going on, but it wasn't with you. They were you're like, oh, I imagined a couple of dates. Yeah, you were right. They were having dates. You're like, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough, especially in this day and age, to kind of know, you know? There's a
Mm-hmm.
time when it used to be very obvious growing up. It used to be, it's like, yeah, he's gay, she's gay. And now it's like, you have to ask. Like, are you? Yeah, okay, because I'm not.
Not really, because in my country it's not really like I think I think people are not really open to say it.
Okay. But don't
So
they like dress up or put on makeup like we do here? Like
no,
here, there's
no,
a
no.
lot of,
Hmm.
mm,
Hmm.
there's, here it's obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
once a person speaks to you, you're like,
but in my country it's not obvious. That is a
I
reason.
would, I really want to see how it is in Vietnam, just
Yeah.
because, yeah, because in Malaysia and the Philippines, it's obvious,
Hmm.
but I don't know how it is in Vietnam. And there's a lot of Vietnamese here, actually, in Czech Republic. It's like a
Hmm.
big community.
Yeah.
I don't think I think I've probably seen one gay Vietnamese person here since
Hmm.
I've been here that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting like idea because I know a lot of gay people that date too, so that they don't get found out.
Yeah.
So and some are even married. Yeah,
Hmm.
so it's one of those things. Ah, well, I'm sorry it didn't work out with Mister. I don't know what to call him now because I have so many names in my head, but I'll call him Mister Handsome. You know, because he said he was really really cute. So I'll call him Mister Handsome. I'm sorry it didn't work out with Mr. Handsome. By the way, how about, I mean, I'm not saying go backwards, but how about the ex? How is he?
Uh,
Is he the
we
ex?
no.
He's not an ex anymore.
Hmm.
Happens. So what is he now?
He talked to me. Said sorry.
With flowers?
No, because he's in Ho Chi Minh City now.
No, you can send flowers. What? They don't send flowers in Ho Chi Minh. What does that mean?
Uh, no,
Are you going
yeah, yeah.
everything?
We
Yeah,
have,
yeah, you
yeah,
can digital. Just don't you guys do the whole digital thing where you buy things online? I'm pretty sure you can buy flowers and send them there.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, he knows that I don't like flowers.
You don't like flowers.
Yes, I don't like flowers.
It's interesting.
I think told you.
I think I reacted the same way and I just erased it from my mind because it's like,
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Last week, I had a conversation with my boyfriend about flowers, and I asked him, like, because I saw a status on my Facebook, and it said that the first bouquet of flowers that a man would receive is in his funeral.
that is true.
Mm-hmm. And I asked him whether he like flowers, and he said yes. And so I think I told him that yeah, someday I give you a surprise with flowers. Sorry, I don't know that. but I don't like
Hopefully not.
it.
Hopefully when you're alive.
Hmm.
I said hopefully when he's still alive. Like, I'll buy you some
Yeah.
flowers. Oh really? Okay, cool. Apparently you get it when you're dead. I'll buy you some flowers. Am I dying? What's going on? Just gonna buy him some flowers. You know how it is. Ah, wow. So he apologized. So you're happy again, but you don't seem fully happy as you
Mm,
should be.
I think I just turned to focus another thing about my
Like
job because I started my job last week. Mhm. Like
which one did you
after,
pick?
sorry.
Which one did you pick?
In Bắc Ninh province, the one that I prefer, the one, mhm,
The one with
that it's not the company that my boyfriend recommended.
so the other one.
Mhm.
Nice.
After finishing their training course, they offer me a better salary level.
You did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I make a promise to
Hmm.
them, like, I will die for them. I will die for them.
You are my school. You are my dojo. That's it. I will die for this dojo. That well, look at that. That worked out for you. Plus, your boyfriend came back, so I guess you had it all.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I said the fact that you went for the one that you needed and you got back the thing that you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
When you do what you're supposed to do, everything else falls into line. That is the moral of the story. A lot of people do what they want to do, not what they need to do. But when you do what you need to do, you get what you want. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally how it works. It always happens. Oh Jesus Christ! It always happens that way. Okay, that I had a really good nap today for the first time in I don't even know how long. I don't nap.
Do you, yeah, in your culture, I suppose that you don't have a routine to nap every day, right?
Oh, no, no. If you're not like when if you have time to take a nap in my culture, that it means you're living a really good life.
Mm-hmm.
And but I was lucky because I have someone that makes me sleep. I talk to her and she can her whole persona can she's like go to bed and I go to sleep. My body just shuts down.
So that is your family member or your friends
Oh
or
no,
a
it's
therapist?
a girl,
Mm-hmm.
but she my therapist. I guess she is my therapist. No, she's not my therapist. She does give me some hardline advice, but she's
Mm-hmm.
my therapist. No. But she's actually now I think about it, she's like my therapist. She understands how I think.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to settle my spirits. And so when I speak to her and when she says you're sleepy, somehow I get sleepy. It's like Asian magic. That is what it is. I believe a lot of most of Asia they gave you guys a book of chi or something to be able to you're looking like what does that mean? Yeah, like you guys have some ancient wisdom about how to deal with energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels that way when I talk to her. I'm like, it's so today I finished school, I came back and I took a nap, but it was so good. I think I'm still yawning from the after effects. Like, wow, that was like a really nice nap. My body's like, we need to do this almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
I need this.
Yeah, in my culture, it's really common for us to take a nap every day. Last month, when I took my shadow course, I call that I call that an intensive course because we
Mm,
only have about 45 minutes, like 40, 45 minutes to take break, and I couldn't nap. So yeah, it was really terrible for me at that time.
So how much do you nap?
Well, people
So how
said
many hours? Yeah, how many hours do you nap for?
people said that it's good for us to take a nap from 15 to 20 minutes.
Wow.
But
Okay.
but usually I take a nap. I It will take me about 1 hour to have a good nap for me.
I had a 2.5 hour nap.
Hmm.
I was refreshed, and I was like, ooh. And I have like an hour and a half before my lesson. This is beautiful. And now it was so good. It was such a good nap. I enjoyed every moment of it, every aspect of it. So work, by the way, how is that going? How was your first week?
Uh, I think it's pretty because I am a newbie, so like at first I don't actually have many classes. I don't have many lessons.
Okay.
So yeah, I want it more challenge for me.
Okay.
But students, they are good because
Mhm.
they are in a small city. So yeah, they are very friendly, and yeah, I love it.
Okay. What was the best part and the worst part of your week?
The best part of
The
my
best
week,
part of your week.
probably I know many new people, and they are like, I think I can talk to them. I am comfortable when I'm with them.
Okay.
That's good.
And that is a very good thing.
Mhm.
Was that the good part or the bad part of your week, though?
Sorry.
I said, what's the best part and the worst part of your week? And I'm not sure whether that was the worst part or the best part of your week.
Best.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. Yep. So what was the worst part of your week? It's like, because you said, and I met a lot of people and I get on very well with them. I was like, wait, she answered two questions.
Um, Last week we have 3 day off because of our national holiday, and I don't like holiday
What does that even mean as a sentence? What do you mean you don't like holiday? That is like,
because
huh?
I because in holidays
Yeah.
make me feel like I am not productive.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of parties, and I'm not really into it because we have a lot of parties.
Okay.
We had to prepare a lot of things, and yeah, I'm not into it.
Do you read a lot?
No.
You should. It will
Yeah.
fill up your time. It will fill up your time. So the thing about it is a lot of the times we forget how how much time we have.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays are not supposed to just be a holiday. Yes, national, whatever, blah blah blah. They always have a reason. But a holiday is a reset. It's like the act of not doing anything is good. That's why you guys have naps.
Mm-hmm.
A nap isn't supposed to be like a routine. A nap is a short sleep. But what if you slept very, very well? Having a nap is just counterproductive. So naps are, I guess, designated in some countries, especially if you have to maybe live in a Vietnam, of course, very nice. So you have these things where people designate, give naps, but they're not exactly napping. Same thing with holidays. Holidays are a time for the universe telling you, chill. I'm always working. In my head, when I'm working, I'm working. When I'm not working, I'm working. I am reading at any given time. I'm reading at least 3 or 4 books at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. I don't want to read 3 or 4 books, but I want to keep busy. That feeling of being active or being busy,
Yeah.
yeah. You can be active, you can be busy. You can be actively busy, or you can be busy being active.
Yeah, yesterday I thought about improve my English ability.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I love listening. Every day I listen to TEDx, TED Talks.
Okay.
I love to talk to English and I practice it through Cambly with you. But
Hmm.
I think about reading. I don't know how to be engaged in reading because I have no idea about it. Can
What
you?
do you like to? Well, here's the thing. First, you have to find something to read. So everybody tends to pick a field, and they pick something that they're interested in to read.
Mhm.
I like, well, I like Stephen King. That's my main thing. But I like fairy tales, and I like magic, fantasy. I like horror
Mhm.
sometimes, but good horror. So when I'm doing something, or when I'm looking at something, I have to make sure that the thing, is this the right one?
Mhm.
The thing that I'm looking at has to be something that I enjoy. And for me, I read according to, first, book titles, a title that you would enjoy. Secondly, it doesn't necessarily have to be a book. It can be digital. It can be a comic book. It could be a kid's book.
Mhm.
It could be any kind of book that you know is simple enough for you to get engaged. So getting engaged is finding a good story. That's the main thing. If you can find a good story, you can always find anything to be engaged in. For you. Have you read Hunger Games?
No, but I watched it.
The book was really easy to read.
Uh huh.
It
Okay.
was really nice to read too.
Mhm.
It had a flow that wasn't the words were the words flowed. And there's this one too that people recommend. I've watched it, but the language in it is actually pretty good for Aladdin.
Mhm. Okay.
It's very it has a very interesting style to it. But it's like a kid's book.
Mhm.
And reading these sorts of books, yeah, you can find comic books. I mean, I don't read comic books. I read graphic novels.
Mhm.
Almost the same thing, but but finding something also that is in your field of what you like, whether it's law, whether it's magic, whether it's romance, whether it's um, yeah, horror, thriller, but there's always something in a particular style. There's someone out there that once you read one of their books, you want to read all of their books. I've been reading Stephen King since I was 11.
Mhm.
I picked up one, and after that I was like, oh, Jesus, this is it. I'm hooked. But there are other ones I like that are very simple in their narration. James, the way he tells his stories are very nice. Some people that tell you stories and you're like, oh, okay, that's a good story. It's but once you find out how to tell the story properly, I think you'll be fine. But reading is something that some people do it, some people don't. Some people are good at it, some people are not. But for you, I think you should be okay. You just have to get into reading.
Mhm.
Harry, the Harry Potter books, are pretty amazing. At least the first five, I can tell you. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I'm a big. I didn't realize I was a fan. I read the first five, and then I just gave up because I was like, I don't care about the story anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But then films, and I said I want to watch all the films back to back. But yeah, read the Harry Potter books. They're actually very, 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 very good. At least I know the first five are.
All right.
And then the book went from that size to this size, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I have things to do. I'm not in high school anymore. I can't just read these things. We have 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I assume. Are you okay?
Yes.
Your tooth is.
No, 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 no.
Are you actually cupping your face with the opposite hand? You know, normally people sit like this.
Uh-huh.
You are like this. That's that's a you thing. I think that's a feed thing. So, you know all these words, or do you know all these words?
Yeah, I know all of them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I trust your abilities more than you trust your abilities. I'm learning this. I'm like, because I think a lot of your issue is that you don't have faith in how or what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because you're in Vietnam. So it'll be hard to say, oh, I'm this good in Vietnam, unless someone is as good as you or better.
Like in my country, it's not really common for us to be praised.
Well, oh, really? Well,
Yeah. Like for example, I got we have a meme in in my country. Like if I got 9 out of 10 in my test, and
mm,
I showed it to my mom, to my parents, and they would ask me like, why don't you get 10?
yeah,
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 something like that.
yeah. In my country, my father would say something like, so I remember coming second in class, in a
Mm-hmm.
class of maybe 24 students. I came second. And he was very funny because he was like, "Oh, well done, well done," and he was like, "So who came first?" And the thing is, you won't realize the setup until it's too late because you're like, "Oh, this person came first," and you're like, "Oh, this kid, I'm sure he had." And my dad would even try. It's like, yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
probably had a rich dad and he had extra lessons. And I'm like, no, 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 he's just a regular kid, and da da da. And my dad's like, oh, so he's like you. So yeah. Why did he come first and you came second? Like, why would what happened?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, praising in Africa, we don't praise too much either. But we praise. Just because the thing about praising is it's good to know where you are at.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an ego thing, it's a fact thing. If you're good, you're good. Someone needs to let you know. You're really good. That's the thing. You're really good. You're not just good. You're really good. You scan things, you read, and the thing is, if you're especially in English, it's something that needs to be said. Just because it's not a culture thing, it's a language progress thing. So you know
Mm-hmm.
where you are and what you need to do. So next time, I'm going to give you something a lot harder,
Okay.
and we need to set a regular time